We know if something like that did happen, it's just not smart. Even if you cannot, and you understand this, make somebody sign something under duress. If you did do this, let's say this happened.
Yeah.
Now Gucci got the power to put your ass on the shelf. Put you on the shelf, tie you up 2-3 years, trying to get out of contract. Every time you put something up, he can snatch that shit right on down. This is just real shit.
Okay, I will say this though.
Like, why would you can't?
It is hard to believe that Pooh Shiesty could be dumb enough to do this. When you look at the cases that Pooh Shiesty has that led to him getting those years in prison, I mean, it was hard to believe those things happened as well.
He showed that it can be done. Like, all you gotta do is want it. You gotta sober up. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of the similar traits because I realized that he woke up when he was in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really woke up and he wasn't just in there playing or, you know, not taking it serious. Another thing he told me too was like, Shiesty, you 20 years old going to go see what I saw at 35 years old. You know, you got a head start as long as you got this out the way first, you know. Fortunately, it had to happen, but it happened, bro. It is what it is. So you got to get this out the way early. You know what I'm saying? It could have been too late for me if I wouldn't ever came out and played it right. So take advantage of that too, you know what I'm saying? So that's stuck with. I'm a producer every time. I can't fumble it. I can't fumble. Couple dudes like that was like, you know, help me with my whole like start and how I think and how I look at the music game. So like, I mentioned Dirk in her, I mentioned Gotti in her.
Would you forgive someone who crossed a serious boundary with your wife while you were behind bars? That question is quietly floating around the rap world right now. What looks like a normal label situation on the surface may actually be reopening one of hip-hop's most painful and personal feuds. With Pooh Shiesty finally home, the old tension between Yo Gotti and Gucci may no longer feel settled. It feels awake again. What began as business decisions is slowly turning personal, and the real story behind it all runs much deeper than many fans realize. When Pooh Shiesty came home, the timing could not have been bigger. While he was gone, the music industry changed fast. Streaming money grew rapidly, labels started throwing huge deals at artists, and new stars were being rewarded with massive contracts. Even though Shiesty was locked up, his music never disappeared. His name stayed relevant, his songs kept getting played, and his value quietly increased. By the time he returned, he was no longer just a promising rapper. He was a high-demand artist. Everyone in the industry could see it. That is when things started to feel strange. Almost immediately after Shiesty's release, Yo Gotti began showing public support in a very loud way. This was not quiet encouragement. Gotti posted Shiesty heavily, almost like he was already signed to CMG. These were the type of posts meant to send a clear message to labels, artists, and fans watching closely. Then came the Glorilla connection. CMG's biggest rising star linking up with Shiesty right after his release did not feel random. In the music business, timing usually means something. To many people behind the scenes, it looked like a setup. Almost like Gotti was saying, "Look at what we can offer you." That is important because Pooh Shiesty is not just any rapper. He is the face of Gucci Mane's 1017 label. This was not simple support between artists. It looked like a strategic move. And once you add the history between Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti, the situation becomes much more serious. Many younger fans may not remember this, but there was a time when Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti were close. In the early 2010s, they were running the South together. Gucci was the trap king of Atlanta, while Gotti represented North Memphis. Both came from nothing. Both built their careers through hustle and struggle. When they worked together, it felt genuine. Their collaborations were not forced for publicity. There was real respect. Back then, rap relationships were not as fake as they can be today, which made their bond feel strong and authentic. That is why what happened next hurt so deeply. October 17th was more than just a date for Gucci Mane. It was his brand. 1017 was not just a number, it was his identity. He had been promoting his project for months and locked in that day as his moment. Everything was set. Then Yo Gotti announced his own release for the exact same date. At first, Gotti said it was a mistake. But from Gucci's perspective, it did not feel that way. Two major artists dropping on the same day means split attention. Streams, headlines, and focus all get divided. In hip-hop, your release date is your spotlight. Gucci felt that spotlight was taken from him. To him, this was not business. It felt like betrayal. He even tweeted, asking why another artist would drop on 1017 if they were not Brick Squad. Even though Gotti later moved his date, the damage was already done. But that situation was only part of the problem. The real issue had nothing to do with music. It involved something far more personal. While Gucci was dealing with legal trouble, Yo Gotti admitted in an interview that he had been involved with the woman who later became Gucci's wife. He laughed while saying it. For many fans, that moment was shocking. In street culture, that kind of move is a serious violation. Business problems can sometimes be fixed. Personal betrayals usually cannot. From that point on, everything changed. Gucci never publicly forgave that moment. Their brotherhood was finished. After more legal trouble, Gucci went away again. When he returned, he was calmer, focused, and more strategic. He rebuilt quietly and made one of his smartest decisions by signing Pooh Shiesty. Shiesty brought back that raw Gucci energy for a new generation. He fit 1017 perfectly and became the centerpiece of the label. Then in 2021, Shiesty caught a federal case and was sentenced to 5 years. Most careers would not survive that. But Gucci stayed loyal. He cut down his roster and kept Shiesty and Fujiano. That sent a clear message to the industry. Gucci was building around Shiesty, even while he was gone. Now, as Shiesty's value rises again, Yo Gotti has reappeared. Just like before, rumors of contract talks began spreading. Reports suggested that 1017's offer did not match Shiesty's current market worth. It looked like loyalty was being expected instead of fully rewarded. Meanwhile, CMG was booming with money, influence, and reach. So when Gotti started openly embracing Shiesty, it did not feel innocent. It felt like recruitment. From Gucci's side, it likely felt like history repeating itself. Once again, Gotti appeared when something connected to Gucci became valuable. Now Pooh Shiesty stands in the middle of a quiet war. On one side is Gucci Mane, the man who gave him his start and stayed loyal during his darkest time. On the other is Yo Gotti, a powerful label boss with momentum and massive resources. This choice is not easy. Modern hip-hop is no longer built on loyalty alone. Artists now focus on ownership, respect, and long-term value. If Shiesty feels underpaid, business may outweigh emotion. That is today's reality. But this decision would not only affect his career, it would shift power across the industry. If CMG pulls away 1017's biggest star, it sends a loud message. Loyalty has limits, and artists should demand what they are worth. This situation could reopen a rivalry that never truly ended. This story is not only about contracts or money. It is about unresolved history. Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti never really fixed their problems. They just stopped talking about them in public. When issues are left unsettled, they do not disappear. They stay quiet and wait for the right moment to resurface. Pooh Shiesty has now stepped into the middle of that unfinished conflict, even if he did not mean to. Whatever choice he makes will reach far beyond one deal. His decision could reopen old wounds and shift the balance of power in Southern rap. That is what makes this moment feel so tense. It mirrors the past in an uncomfortable way. Years ago, a single business decision turned a strong bond into a long-lasting rivalry. Now, another move could turn years of silence into open tension again. Different time, same pattern. The industry is watching closely because if Shiesty decides to leave, it will not stay quiet. People will see it as a message. And when old history gets stirred up, it often responds in a big way. At the center of everything is a simple truth. Hip-hop may change, but respect still matters. Sounds evolve and contracts shift, but betrayal does not fade easily. It comes back when power begins to move. Right now, power is moving again. The real question is not just where Pooh Shiesty will sign. It is whether the past is about to repeat itself. Some of the biggest wars in hip-hop do not start with diss tracks. They begin with silent decisions made behind closed doors. By the time the public notices, the damage is already done. This story is far from finished. The next move could change everything. What happens now will not only shape Shiesty's future, but also influence the direction of the rap game itself.